Hi everyone, my name is Braden, and I will be showing you how to do question 6-9A from this week's homework. And the question is about calculating average cost for each of these units here. So here we have Buffalo Industries began operations on July 1st, and it uses a perpetual inventory system. During July, the company had the following purchases and sales, and it shows various information about units, the unit cost, how many were sold, how many we bought, and for what cost, etc., etc. Ignore that I got these two wrong here, but I did figure it out eventually. So I'll be going through how to do this with you guys. So here I prepared an Excel sheet to kind of better explain what all is going on here. Right here is basically, or I should say right here is all the information that is on the question itself. So all this right here is represented by these boxes right here. I did add a few more things to make it a little bit easier to understand what calculations need to be made and what goes into each of these things. So to better understand, let's break it down into purchases, what the company is purchasing, and what we're selling. So the sales end of it. So the first one is fairly simple. We have 12 units that we bought at the cost of 107. If we multiply these two together, we'll get a total cost of 1,284. Now, all we have to do to calculate the average cost is follow this formula here, the total cost of production divided by the number of units produced. So this is the total cost of production here, and all we have to do is divide it by the number of units produced. So it will be 1,284 divided by 12 equals 107. Now, these lines that I put in gray here basically signify that they don't matter, that we don't need to use this information to figure out the problem. But the ones that I have filled in are what we need, right? So for July 6th, what we'll do is we'll take how many we sold, which is 9, and we'll multiply that by 107 because that was our average cost from the previous one, 107. So 9 times 107, that makes a total sale of 963. And what we'll do is we'll subtract our total cost from our last date, and we'll subtract the total sales from the total cost from last date. So we'll do 1,284 minus 963, and that will equal 321 for our ending inventory. Now, on these ones where it only gives us the sale unit and it doesn't give us the units and the unit cost, then instead of doing what we did here and multiplying units by unit cost, we find out the total sales and we subtract our total cost from last time by total sales, and we'll find that ending inventory value. And that ending inventory value will act as like the total cost of production, right? And we'll divide that by the number of units produced. And now that we're past the first day, the number of units produced gets a little bit more tricky. So we have to count in for the number of units that were produced in the last date, but that we didn't use. So we bought 12 here, but we only sold 9 here. So that means we have 3 left over. And so we'll take this ending value, 321, and divide it by 3, right? So 321 divided by 3 equals 107 again. So the first two will be 107. Moving on, so we have 5. We'll multiply that by 114, and that gets us 570. And what we'll do here is we'll take 570 and add it to our previous ending inventory value. and that gets us 891. And as you see, we bought 5 here, and we'll add it to the 3 that we had our last date. So 3 plus 5 is 8, right? And so we'll take 891 and we'll divide it by 8, and that will give us 111.38. For July 14th, we sold 5 units. And so we'll do 5 times 11.38, which was our previous average total cost. So multiply 5 times 111.38, and that will give us 556.88. And so what we'll do is we'll take that ending inventory from our last date, from the 11th, and subtract that from our total sales. So 556.88, and that will give us 334.12. And let's see, we sold 5 here, and we had 8 last time, so we'll take 8 minus 5, and that's 3. So then we'll take this number right here, 334.12, and divide it by 3, and that will give us 111.38 again. So if you'll notice, there's kind of a pattern here. So it'll be the same answer 3 times in a row, basically. But I'm just showing you this to help you understand what kind of goes into this problem. But for the 21st of July, we'll take 7 and we'll multiply it by 123, and that will give us 861. And just like we've been doing, we'll add that to our previous ending value. So 861 plus 334.12, and that will give us 1,195.12. And let's see, we bought 7 and we had 3 left over from our previous ending inventory. So I'll add that together, and that gives us 10. And then to find the average cost for this unit, we'll take this number right here and divide it by 10, as you can see I did here, and that will give us 119.51. Although in the answer key, it says that the answer is actually 119.50 and not 51. I'm not sure if that would be the right answer. Somewhere along the lines with the decimal points, I guess I got off by 0.01, but maybe it would work. But if you guys put in this answer and it gets it wrong, just, you already know. Anyway. And then the last one, you'll take 5, multiply it by 119.51, which was the previous average total cost. And that will give you this value right here, 597.57. Subtract these two, 1195.12 minus 597.57, and that will give you 597.55. Let's see, we had 10 left over last time, and we sold 5, so that will give us an ending inventory of 5. And so that means, to find this answer, you do 597.55 divided by 5, and that will give you 119.51, or 119.50. And that is about it. Yeah, so hopefully that made a little bit of sense to you guys. It took me a while to kind of figure out exactly what to do here, which is why I got these two wrong. But anyway, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll try to do what I can. Thanks, guys.